Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. It is Monday. We are riding home. Normally, I save my 49er video until Tuesday, but I figure we got to hit it hard and heavy. We got two Monday night games tonight. We got Monday Night Raw, of course, which is the main event going down tonight, but the San Francisco 49ers, they play on Thursday. So I think we got to hurry up and we got to get this thing going. The 49ers are going to play against the Rams. It's a 3-1 affair all over. I was lucky enough to go to the 49er game. Hopefully you checked out my video that went up late last night. My trip to Levi Stadium for the 49ers versus Jaguars. Whatever the date was, 2025 is the name of the video. Honestly, Levi Stadium is a great place to see a football game. I have seen WrestleMania 31 there. I've seen Morgan Wallen there. This was my first football game. I honestly don't go to a lot of football games because football games honestly cost a lot of money. And I honestly think that football is made for television. And yesterday I sat in my favorite place to sit when you go to a football game. I love end zone seats. And I sat in the 300 section, so I was sitting up there with Sting. I was shaking hands with Jesus. But I was in my element. And I was in the last row, which was row 5 of that section. And I was right in between the goalposts. And at one point during the game, the Jaguars came down to kick a field goal. And I knew that if the field goal went in, we were going to go down 8. And I was like, there's a very slight possibility of us getting this kickoff, returning it for a touchdown, and getting another 2-point conversion for the second point in my game. So I started shaking my hands as I stood up in my seat. I was up on the Jumbotron. My buddy Gabe, who was at the game, he saw it. My buddy Isaac, who was at home, saw it on TV. So I guess there is a chance of me finding this thing. You have to sign up for the direct jumbo feed of the 49ers. He told me it was it wasn't NFL Plus, it was NFL something that he signs up for. But we'll see if it's worth it. He said he was going to go home and try and find it for me. If not, I'll go home and do it myself. But I was shaking my hands. It was an awesome time. 49ers lost to the Jaguars. We're a few minutes into this video. I think I can throw the F-bomb out there, and we'll be all right. But the 49ers, we played like shit. I don't know why I said I was going to say the F-bomb, but I said something else. But there ain't no other way to say it. I don't know if Brock Purdy was 100% to play that game. I think we knew that Brock Purdy was not 100% to play that game. And now Brock Purdy is saying that his toe might be hurt and he might need more time. I was kind of thinking that it was just a matter of time is why Brock Purdy ended up playing in that game. Mac Jones, I love you. I don't have 100% faith in you, but maybe you should have played that game. But I was also thinking at the same time that if Brock Purdy doesn't play Sunday, do you put him in to play Thursday, or do you give him week 5 off as well because of the short week, and then you're not rushing them? You almost have a bye because you have that Thursday into the following Sunday to play a game. So I don't really know how it all boils down to it. Let's face it, this 49er team, as good as I think we are, as much as I believe in this team, and as injured as we are, we never thought we were going to go undefeated. We were not looking to make a Miami Dolphins, a New England Patriot run. That's just not what we were looking forward to. But yesterday was as close as we were going to be to being 100% healthy, as banged up as we were. Ricky Purcell, we thought that he had a bad knee, but he said that he was good to go. Juan Jennings seems that he's like hurt almost just about everywhere. He went out there and he played, but at one point when he caught the 2-point conversion during that game, I thought like they were going to bring the ambulance out Madden style and have to take him off of the field. He was down, and he was down for a long time. Ricky Purcell, I think he ended up getting hurt when he took a bump to the outside. He ended up catching a ball right on the sideline. I don't even remember if they gave him the catch or not, but it seemed like he went flying with a hit to the outside. And I don't know if that's where he bumped his knee, but from where we were sitting, we were able to see him go in the tent, and he was in there for a good little bit, and he came out. And as soon as he came out, he went right back in, and he came out, but he was like jumping up and down. He was working that knee. I think he was doing it for the trainers. He was running routes back and forth. He was cutting, and I was like, I think he's good to go. But he proceeded to keep doing this for a long time, and I think they put him in only for the final drive of the game. You know, my video last week wasn't that good because of the fact that we were at the game, and although that a lot of people had left early because you kind of knew before the 2-minute warning that it was over, so it wasn't that embarrassing to make a video in my seat while I was sitting there, but I didn't really get to say a whole bunch. But Brock got hit from behind, pretty big hit. I'm not trying to say that anybody else would have not fumbled the ball or anything like that if Mac Jones wouldn't have been in, but that was the end of it. That was you know, our hopes and dreams. You know, we were hoping that we were going to drive down and we were going to put it away. The Rams are a good team. The Rams are I think, a really, really good team. Big defensive team. They still have offensive weapons. Puka Nacua, I think, is leading the league in receiving yards. I'm not really 100% on everything that happened in the world of football yesterday. When we got to the stadium, we were there early. We were actually watching the Pittsburgh, I don't remember who Pittsburgh was playing, but we watched their game just straight up on the Tron, and then when that game ended, they put Red Zone on, and we watched a good amount of football. But then, like, an hour before the game started, I'd say, they turned that off, and they were, like, showing the festivities of, like, the frisbee catching dogs, and they walked out a whole lot of alumni and people fighting cancer. It was kind of like the pregame to the show, so we didn't get to see the end of the games, but they were flashing up like the leaders of the day on the screen. But as far as like all the games that happened, I think the Falcons and Commanders game was the only game that they gave us red zone highlights on throughout the whole deal. Maybe because it was so shocking, but at one point I thought the Rams had lost and the Colts beat them, but I guess the Rams came back. I think that they're really, really, built around their quarterback, and I love Jimmy G. Jimmy G is a backup, but I don't know. I think you hit the quarterback and he goes down. I don't know how many years he's been playing in the league. It seems like it's 18 or something like that, but I don't want to circle must win on the calendar, but this is a big game for us. We weren't going to win them all. We lost that Jaguar game. It wasn't one on the calendar that I circled as a game that I thought we had a chance of losing. But yesterday, the Jaguars just honestly, they had our game plan on the defensive side of the ball, and then offensively, I don't think they made any mistakes all game. They converted a lot of their third downs. I can't think we had one interception, but it came back due to a flag. But I can't think of like D. Winters and Fred Warner, causing any fumbles or interceptions during the game. Offensively, we had big plays, but like we could not string them in a row to build a really good drive. I mean, even probably the first drive of the game against the Jags was our best, where we drove all the way down, but we weren't able to punch it in 3 consecutive plays from inside the red zone, and we had to kick that field goal. And then from there, it was like we would get a big play, but then we couldn't really, capitalize on it. And it wasn't like penalties pushing us back or anything like that. We had our share of them, but we just needed to, we kept throwing the ball over the middle. First things first, I think, we gotta, make sure that we're healthy enough to play this game. I'm not just throwing the other guys out there and writing this one off. I think this is a divisional game against the Rams. To me, I don't know. I think the Rams are a good team. I still think the Seahawks are our biggest rival. I think of the years when we were really fighting, knowing that one of the teams in the West was going to go to the Super Bowl. I remember us, fighting and, Richard Sherman and Michael Crabtree and all that jazz, and really wanting to beat that team and never really being able to do it. That's why I think the Seahawks are our biggest rival. But personally, my best friend Troy, who used to live with me, I think that he is probably the biggest Rams fan I know, and I want to win that game. It's not like we have a rivalry where we rub it in each other's face. It's normally just like a congratulations text, and then even though you win, you say something bad about your team to make them feel good, kind of thing. But I just want to win this one. I really, really do. The last year with the Niners was tough. We blamed it a lot on injuries. I blamed it a lot on not getting ready because guys sat out because they were getting contracts. Seems like this year we paid our guys, pretty freaking early. Besides for the one Jennings sit out that went on and on and on, to make sure that they were in camp and we could gel together, this team. And even through the preseason, we sat a lot of the guys, but I thought we were ready. Week 1, we didn't really, hit a speed bump. But I think we're at the point now where we got to say this Rams game Thursday, 5 o'clock Pacific, is a big game. So I'll be looking forward to watching this one on Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, I don't know why everybody in the world has this, because of the fact that you need the free shipping. You get your stuff in 2 days rather than 5. If you don't have it, call your mom. I bet you money she has it, and just borrow her freaking login, and just watch this game, because Niners are going out there against the Rams. I think both teams feel like it's a big game in the division. They need to get ground on. We got to get it. We do. Let's go. That's it. Let's go Niners. Let's get this. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. Driving home on a Tuesday. Pretty much went through my whole work day. Was all jazzed up. Was going to go home, put my pork butt in the crock pot, and basically have a pretty good night. And roughly 15 minutes before I go home, the earth opens up and swallows the San Francisco 49ers season. All right. I think these videos are mostly just for 49er fans. That's kind of my guess, that that's everybody who watches these videos. So we need to get in the trust tree right now. We need to get in a safe space. Pretty much some things that I'm going to say in this video today, pretty much if they got out to the world, would be pretty bad. But honestly, I am scared about this Rams game tomorrow. It's kind of like one of those games when you send your guys out there to do battle and you don't think everybody's coming back. We're 3-1. To be 3-2 in the division is not horrible. We could bounce back from this. We're playing on Thursday, so we pretty much kind of have an early bye because we don't play again until we play the Bucks. I can't remember what date that is. I want to say it's roughly like the 10th or the 11th, the game that just got flexed into the 1 o'clock spot because we were supposed to play in the morning, which means I'm going to go to work that day. But Brock Purdy out with the toe. He came back. His toe's not feeling 100% yet, and they basically think that, going out there with Mac Jones might be a better situation. Mac played 2 pretty good games. I'm not really sure on his stat line. I know that he threw 1 pick that sticks out in my mind. I don't want to say it was the worst in the history of football or anything like that, but Purdy threw 2 last week against the Jaguars. But when we signed Mac Jones, I kind of said, yeah, people are saying he's one of the best backups there is in football. I'll tell you the truth, I don't have a ton of trust in him. I should have more trust in him than, for him being 2-0 in games this season. But, I don't think that Mac Jones won that game for us against the Cardinals 2 weeks ago. I think that was pretty much Fred Warner and the defense getting those stops later on in the game more than anything the offense did. But, we're also going to have Ricky Pearsall. He's going to be out with his knee. And I'm not even really 100% sure if it's just this game. I was reading as early as this morning that they think it's like a PCL. It's not the ACL. It's something inside of that knee. They don't really know how hurt it is. I mean, when I was at the game, I was really watching him. And, when he went down, they took him out of the game. They put him in the tent twice. But I really thought that he was really trying to push himself to show that the coaches and the training staff that he was ready to go. He was running routes on the sideline continuously. He was cutting. He was moving on the knee. I think he was trying to show the guys that he wanted to go out there and he wouldn't get hurt. They finally put him in late in the game, maybe even only for the last drive of the game to give them, one more chance to get down there. Of course, that's when Purdy got sacked. Ball came out, turned it over. 2-minute warning, and the Jaguars ran out the clock after getting the first down. But, Matt Stafford, LA Rams, damn good team. They got Dante Adams. They got Puka Nacua. 2 really good receivers. I don't want to say that Dante Adams is a great receiver. I think he's a little bit later on in his career, but anytime you're running routes on opposite of Puka Nacua, you're going to have people, you're going to have a better option than being like the number 1 guy than when he was in LA last year with the Raiders or even with the Jets last year. I mean, if you drop down to be like the number 2 guy, you're not going to be getting double covered as much and jammed up at the line. You're going to get those plays where they kind of like forget about you out there and stuff like that. But I can't remember the Rams running back name as of right now, but D. Winters, Upton Stout, Fred Warner, I love you guys. I believe in you guys. I just, I'm kind of saying this is going to have to be 100% defensive game against this Rams team. I think that, honestly, the Rams, as good as I think they are, I think they're kind of a house of cards. Same way with the 49ers. I mean, we're taken down by injury all over. George Kittle, Nick Bosa, Brandon Ayuk, all missing our stars from the lineup. But I think that I don't want to see Fred Warner going after Stafford and hitting him with the helmet upside the head like we did in the past. But I think you take Stafford down, I think the whole castle crumbles. If you can find a way to, you don't want to injure anybody. You don't want to take anybody out. You got to remember, at the end of the day, this is just a game. But we'll have to see what's going to happen. This is going to be Thursday Night Football. I'm looking forward to Wake Up Barstool Thursday morning. Kate Money Grabs. She's going to be roasting the 49ers. I already asked her. I told her to please be nice. But it's always funny to me, honestly. It's early mornings, FS1. It's going to be going down. But I don't know, man. I'll tell you the truth. I don't have the best feeling in the world about this game. I almost have a feeling in my mind of just like, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch every snap. I'm a huge Niner fan. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like, just blowing this game off. Like, this is just the game. And, there's a lot of weeks in the season. And maybe we can get one back against the Rams. But this is a story of last year. I mean, last year we were kind of written off as like a once-in-a-lifetime, a bomb got dropped onto the team and just blew us up. And, we couldn't get healthy. But, I mean, like, we came in as a Super Bowl favorite of, like, San Francisco's got it back together again, especially with Robert Saleh coming back to help the defensive side of the ball. I say that like he's going to be suiting up playing linebacker or something like that. But I really thought this was going to be our year. And we're going to have to figure it out. We're going to have to work hard for this one. At least we beat the Seahawks week 1. I mean, I don't want to say that like we can take L's the rest of the year. I'm just saying like, hey, at least we beat the Seahawks. At least we beat the Cardinals. So we just keep up on this NFC West and just roll through it. But until all of our guys are back onto the field, and hopefully when those guys are back, we're not missing anybody else, like anybody gets anybody gets hurt along the long run. Because, I mean, we weren't expecting Nick Bosa to get hurt. We were expecting to have that defensive line coming after you. But even though we don't have a Nick Bosa, like a big name star that you're going to see on a football card, we still got a damn good line. I believe in our defense. I just think it sucks that we're putting 100% trust on that defense to go out there and win that game for us. But if anybody can do it, I believe in Robert Saleh, and I believe in that 49er defense. I think that Up and Stout and D Winters, two guys that I'm looking to have a big year to make them, big name players that you think about in the NFL. I think that this is going to be the game that they move forward, and we see what's going on with this team. Mac Jones, come save us, please. Oh boy, 17-7 at the half. I didn't see this coming. I can honestly tell you that today I was a little bit of a negative Nancy every single time I was talking about the 49er game. I just realized as we were kicking the extra point right at half, I took my jersey off when I was making the chili because I didn't want to get any grease splatter up on me when I was browning the beef. But I don't know if it was the good luck rain, the good luck chili, but man, I've had to think about it twice during this game. And I keep having to try and block it out because Mac Jones is a quarterback today. He was a quarterback, week 2, week 3. But Brock Purdy is our quarterback. But I was thinking, what would it have been if the 49ers would have drafted Mac Jones? I've said it a few times that his play is a little bit boring. Tonight's not boring. We're just slinging that ball. And I'll tell you the truth, we're loading McCaffrey with that football like there's no tomorrow. We're basically just, just pumping him through the line and just running him like he's just going to death. Like there's no tomorrow. We're gonna kill that man. It seems like leading the league in touches. Everything's working right now. I mean, even the defense, we gave up 7 points, but we look damn good. There ain't no other way to put it. Looking forward to the second half. We're up 10 points, 17-7. The Rams are going to get the ball to start the third. All we got to keep doing is playing 49er football, but we can't let off the gas. Matt Stafford is a damn good quarterback. We saw how fast him, Puka Nacua, Dante Adams, they drove down the field to put that touchdown on the board. We got to stay ahead. We can't let off the gas. It's vroom, vroom, vroom. Let's go. There ain't no other way to put it. 49ers, let's go this second half. Let's get this win. Oh, I don't want to say it, but I can see 4-1. Oh, Rams just tied it. They had 6 seconds to kick the field goal. I think it's 23-23. The 49ers have played well with Mac Jones. It's been a little shaky, honestly, since he went down with the knee/thigh injury that he got a few weeks ago. But I don't know, man. Stafford, our defense is holding up. I mean, you can't say anything bad about them since they had that stop on the 1. New overtime rules. I think I know them. I'm not 100% sure. Let's just get the ball and let's score. That's all it comes down to. 23-23. Let's go. Come on. We got to win this game. We all kind of fired up. 4-1 San Francisco 49ers. What a game. That was a thriller. I didn't think it was over. I would have given the Rams the first down. I thought he crossed the line. I thought the Niners were celebrating out there on the field. I thought they were doing it prematurely. I didn't see a ref spot the ball, but when I saw him as Sean McVay walking out to basically give them props on the 50 with Kyle Shanahan. What a game. Big props, Mac Jones. I'll just say it, we were in the trust tree the other day, I didn't think we could do it. That was my God's honest feeling all day long today. Shout out to my friend Becca for telling me to have more faith in this team. Kyle Shanahan drew it up. Kendrick Bourne playing these games like it's 2019 all over again. Christian McCaffrey was all over the ball in the first half. We were running that ball down their throats like there was no tomorrow. Man, what a game. What a game. Big props, Matt Stafford. And, oh man, I really thought they were going to come down there and do it. The Rams, anytime they're close to that ball, they have a chance, man. But that 49er defense, Fred Warner, D. Winters, Upton Stout. I said we needed to have one hell of a defensive the game, but somehow we walked out of this. No Brock Purdy, no Juan Jennings, no Ricky Pearsall, Greg Kittle. Word is that he might come back for the Bucs game. Week 6, we got 10 days of rest coming our way. Honestly, we really need it. Let's treat this like it is a bye, because we don't have a bye till way late in the year. It's like week 13 or something. It's almost as late as it can come. Sometimes I've always thought we had their breaks way too early. Like the Bears, they have a bye this week, and then you ride it out for the rest of the year. It just sucks, but now it's now that one honestly seems like it's way too late. Can't you give us one kind of in the middle? Man. At one point in the third, when we went down and we were at the goal line basically, and Mac Jones went down right before Eddie Pinheiro kicked his second of his 3 field goals on the day. Mac Jones went down, and I forgot the guy's name. I had to look it up. I think it's Adrian Gonzalez or something like that. I was having vibes, honestly, of the NFC Championship game when Purdy went down, and basically quarterback number 4 had to come running in there. I've forgotten his name. He ended up getting knocked out with a concussion, and basically Purdy came back in there and handed off the ball to McCaffrey for the rest of the game. And the Eagles, they won that game. They were a damn good team, but they honestly didn't put us away. Our defense kept us in that one, and Christian McCaffrey gave it basically all he got. I thought that Juszczyk was going to come in as the emergency quarterback and basically start throwing the ball a little bit, but we just ran the ball every freaking play. It was what it was. I mean, we got 10 days till that Bucs game. I can calm it down a little bit, but one hell of a win for the 49ers. This is a big hats off. Kyle Shanahan win, one of the best coaches there is in football. You ever hear me say anything other than that? I have forgotten this game. Mac Jones, I hope that, honestly, I hope we don't see you again. I want to see Brock Purdy take this team over and run with it, but some people say that Brock might not even play against the Bucs in 10 days. I would bet against that, honestly, my God, honest truth, but how Mac is still standing, how he's jumping, running on the sidelines, I got no clue. 49ers football, do it for the Bay. Damn. We 4-1. I thought I messed up at halftime when I said I think we can see 4-1. I think I said that too much. Rams, hell of an offense. You guys came back. I don't remember us fumbling the ball. I don't remember us throwing an interception in this game. I don't know how we opened up the window for you guys to come back. You guys got the ball first in the second half. And we scored first, but you guys still came down there and got us. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. I got to text my buddy Troy. Wish him luck, but one hell of an ending, one hell of a game in overtime. Let's go.